Welcome back, everybody. It's now 8 o'clock. I am on to the exhaust system on this Toyota, and I think I said 6 failure points. Actually, there's 7. Let me show you what's up. So at the very top of the exhaust flange, you can see that the gasket was wiped out too and leaking. So this had several failures in the exhaust. You can see the soot up here on the flange. That means that gasket's been leaking for a while. I was able to get these out, but you can see how the spring is getting ready to shoot past that flange. So, you know, it takes a good exhaust guy to identify all the problems, and that's based on my experience of knowing vehicles, the conditions of products, you know, the experience. You can see that right there. So I had to bang a socket on there to get it off, but you can see how the washer part that was machined into the bolt is just about shot. This is what's left of the gasket and some other pieces. So that went very well. So the whole exhaust system's off. The oxygen sensor came out fairly well. I did do an exhaust system on a Honda CRV. It was a 2008. He was at another shop and got, you know, a high price. And then they said, well, maybe it could be patched. And he was in the same predicament. He really needed an entire system. The front was on its last legs. I was able to repair the front section, but had to replace the back section. And he actually stopped in yesterday morning and said, by any chance, did you guys do anything to my car? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, the car sounds and feels better, and it's also getting better gas mileage. Yes. So if you have exhaust leaks that are near oxygen sensors, it does throw the fuel correction for a loop, and I'll give you an example. So this is a monitoring rear oxygen sensor, all right? This is checking with the catalytic converter. Like, hey, Mr. Computer, I don't know what really is going on, but the programming says that you have a cat efficiency code, and it could be caused by the catalytic converter or 10,000 other things, but it's most likely the catalytic converter is worn out, but it might need a tune-up and some other shit too. But anyway, back to that. That was my Mickey Mouse thing. So Sierra's laughing at me. So this is the downstream O2 it came out. This measures what's going on in the catalyst and the exhaust system. This thing can be tricked by other issues in the engine and also in the exhaust system. So up here, right, in between this sensor, right, you see an oxygen sensor inside the exhaust manifold. That is the air fuel sensor measuring what's going on in the exhaust system before the catalytic converter to correctly tell the engine how much fuel it needs and how much fuel it doesn't need, and a few other things. So if you have an exhaust leak before this, or at this and before this, it throws the whole programming, the tune, we're going to call it the tune of the vehicle, off. So once we correct this, it's possible he could have poor fuel economy causes from other things, because the computer is constantly trying to correct within a parameter, and once it gets outside of those parameters or too far inside, it's going to correct as far as it can, and then it's going to throw a light and say, try and figure out what's wrong. So in most cases, he will see better fuel economy over a period of time of driving, but a lot of things go into that. Adaptives need to be reset, throttle body maintenance, fuel delivery, fuel injector cleanliness, spark plugs, on and on and on. So yes, your car can run better and be more efficient if you do not have any exhaust leaks. How about that? It does make a difference. All right, thanks for watching.